Ambassador Kethavar's mandibles clicked in what his species considered polite amusement as he reviewed the datapad before him. The Galactic Council chamber buzzed with similar sounds of derision from the assembled delegates, a symphony of alien contempt that had become all too familiar to Captain Sarah Chen, humanity's sole representative in this vast hall of crystalline spires and floating platforms. These humans, Kethavar announced, his voice carrying across the chamber through universal translators, claim they deserve a seat on the Military Defense Committee. The clicking intensified. Their physical capabilities are laughable. No natural armor, no claws, no venomous glands. Their reflexes are pedestrian, their strength negligible. Sarah remained silent, her hands clasped behind her back in perfect military posture. She had learned that interrupting during these sessions only provided more ammunition for their dismissal. Furthermore, continued Zexara, the Serpentine, representative from the Nexus worlds, her scales shimmering with bioluminescent patterns of mockery. Their technological advancement is primitive. No plasma manipulation, no quantum fold weaponry, no neural link battle coordination. They still rely on projectile weapons and chemical propulsion. The chamber erupted in what could only be described as laughter, though it sounded like a cacophony of screeches, clicks, and harmonic vibrations that made Sarah's teeth ache. High Counselor Morden, a massive crystalline being whose thoughts manifested as colored light within his translucent form, pulsed with authoritative amber. The motion is clear. Humanity lacks the martial prowess necessary for military committee membership. However, to demonstrate the Council's fairness, we offer a traditional solution. Sarah felt her stomach tighten. She knew what was coming. Trial by combat. Mordun continued. Humanity may select their finest warrior to face our champion in the arena of judgment. Victory grants your request. Defeat. The crystalline being's form flickered with malicious crimson. Defeat confirms your species' weakness and bars you from military consideration for 1,000 standard cycles. The chamber fell silent except for the low hum of environmental systems. Sarah knew this was a trap. Their champion would be some genetically perfected killing machine, enhanced with technology beyond human comprehension. But refusing would mean admitting defeat, without even trying. We accept, Sarah said, her voice steady despite the weight of an entire species' future on her shoulders. 3 days later, the arena of judgment was packed with beings from across the galaxy, all eager to witness humanity's inevitable humiliation. The arena itself was a marvel of engineering, a massive sphere with variable gravity zones, energy, barriers, and environmental controls that could simulate any planetary condition. Sarah stood in the preparation chamber, reviewing her choice one final time. The Council had expected her to select herself, or perhaps one of the human Marines, aboard their diplomatic vessel. Instead, she had made a decision that baffled every being in the chamber. "Are you certain about this?" asked Dr. Martinez, the expedition's chief scientist, as he made final adjustments to the contestants' equipment. "Trust the process, Doc," Sarah replied, watching as her chosen fighter performed a series of warm-up exercises that looked more like a dance than combat preparation. The arena's central platform materialized their champion first, a hulking beast called Gorthak the Undefeated, standing nearly 4 meters tall with 6 arms ending in razor-sharp talons, cybernetic enhancements glowing beneath scales that could deflect energy weapons, and a neural crown that provided tactical analysis faster than most species could think. The crowd roared approval as Gorthak flexed each limb, demonstrating movements that defied physics as his personal gravity. Manipulators allowed him to essentially fly within the arena. Then humanity's champion entered. The arena fell silent. 12-year-old Tommy Chen, Sarah's nephew, walked onto the platform with the easy confidence of a child who had never learned that something was impossible. He carried no weapons except for a simple staff and wore only basic protective gear. His small form was dwarfed by the alien colossus across from him. "This is your champion?" Kethavar's voice carried clear disbelief through the arena's speakers. "A human child?" Sarah's voice came through clearly. "This is our choice." What the Council didn't understand, what none of them could understand, was what it meant to be a human child raised in space. Tommy had grown up in variable gravity, learned to navigate three-dimensional environments before he could properly walk on flat ground. He had played with children of a dozen species, each teaching him their unique movement patterns and fighting styles as games. Most importantly, he had never been told that what he was about to do was impossible. The match began. Gorthak launched himself forward with all 6 limbs, moving faster than most beings could track. His tactical crown calculated 17 different killing strikes, each optimized for maximum efficiency. Tommy wasn't where any of them expected him to be. The boy had somehow predicted the exact angle of Gorthak's approach and twisted away, with a movement that seemed to defy anatomy. As the champion sailed past, Tommy's staff caught him across the back of the neck, right at the junction where his cybernetic enhancement met organic tissue. Sparks flew. Gorthak crashed into the arena wall with a sound like thunder. The crowd was stunned into silence. Gorthak recovered quickly, his multiple eyes focusing on this impossible human child. This time he approached more cautiously, using his gravity manipulators to attack from multiple angles simultaneously. Tommy closed his eyes and did something that made every adult human in the chamber hold their breath. He started to play. To the aliens, it looked like incomprehensible chaos. The boy seemed to be dancing, spinning, leaping in patterns that made no sense. But every human watching recognized the movements: hopscotch, jump rope, playground tag, and a dozen other games that human children had played for millennia. Games that taught spatial awareness, predictive movement, and how to turn physics into fun. Every attack Gorthak launched met empty air. Every seemingly random movement of Tommy's staff found cybernetic weak points that the champion's own tactical systems hadn't even identified. Within minutes, the undefeated champion was sparking, stumbling, and increasingly desperate. The end came when Tommy executed a perfect playground somersault, planted his staff, and used it to vault directly over Gorthak's head while simultaneously striking the champion's neural crown with his heel. The massive alien crashed to the arena floor and didn't get up. In the stunned silence that followed, Tommy looked up at the shocked faces surrounding the arena and asked the question that would echo through galactic history. Can we play again? Later, as the Council grudgingly processed humanity's membership in the Military Defense Committee, Kethvar approached Sarah with something resembling respect in his posture. How? He asked simply. Sarah smiled, watching Tommy demonstrate zero-gravity tag to a group of fascinated alien children. You measured our adults against your champions and found us wanting, but you forgot something important about humans. Which is? We're the only species in the galaxy that turns survival training into play, and we start before our children can walk. The Council had declared humans weak. They just hadn't understood that human strength wasn't in what they were, but in what they could become, and that the process started in childhood, disguised as games. Tommy Chen, age 12, had just taught the galaxy that human children weren't just the future. They were the present, and they were magnificent.